Wide leg pants can be one of the most elegant, modern, and flattering pieces in your wardrobe, but only when they're worn the right way. When well chosen, they lengthen the legs and visually slim the silhouette. They create movement as you walk and deliver that sophisticated, intentional, naturally expensive look that transforms any outfit. But when worn the wrong way, the effect is exactly the opposite. They add bulk, hide your natural lines, and can even make you look shorter or wider. And this happens especially after 50, when balance and proportion become essential to conveying elegance. But none of this has anything to do with changes in your body. It has to do with small choices: waistline, fit, length, shoes that make the piece work in your favor. With the right tricks, wide leg pants stop being challenging and become one of the most stylish, comfortable, and sophisticated items you can have in your closet. And it all starts with the detail that makes the biggest difference: the height of the waistline. First, choose the right waist. High-rise always wins. The choice of waistline is, without a doubt, the detail that most influences the final result when we talk about wide leg pants. If there is a single factor capable of completely transforming how this piece fits, it's the height of the waist. A high waist instantly creates a continuous vertical line, impressively elongating the legs and highlighting the slimmest part of the body. It defines the waist area with elegance, visually slims the silhouette, and makes the wide leg pant look like an intentional, sophisticated choice. Never uncontrolled volume. The opposite effect happens with low-rise, and often even with some mid-rise waists. They sit very close to the hips and create a horizontal line exactly where you don't want to add volume. The result is a silhouette that looks shorter, wider, and in some cases even boxier. A high waist, on the other hand, draws the eye upward, restores definition to the center of the body, and creates the impression of longer legs, better posture, and visual balance. It's a cut that flatters every body type, and for mature women works even better because it softens the midsection, supports, shapes, and creates a much more harmonious frame. To make the most of this effect, it's important to keep the waistband of the pants visible. Fitted tops, slightly tailored shirts, or even a lighter blouse worn with that discreet half-tuck in front work perfectly. Even looser pieces can look amazing when you show at least part of the waistband, allowing the cut to work in your favor. If you've avoided wide leg pants in the past because you believe they made you look bigger or weighed down your silhouette, trying a high-waisted style can completely change that perception. It's the kind of detail that transforms the fit, redefines proportions, and makes wide leg pants stop being a challenging piece to become one of the most elegant, modern, and flattering items in your wardrobe. Second, choose the right length. No awkward hemlines. The choice of length is one of the most decisive details for wide leg pants to work in your favor. Even a well-cut piece, in a sophisticated fabric with a perfect waistline, completely loses its effect when the length is wrong. Pants that are too short interrupt the line of the legs, creating that cut-off visual effect that shortens the silhouette and throws off the proportions of the outfit. A style that is too long, on the other hand, bunches up fabric at the bottom and weighs down the look. It hides the shoes and gives an impression of carelessness, as if the piece were too big or not tailored to your body. Ideally, you want that precise point where the hem lightly touches the top of the foot, or ends just above the ankle, creating a continuous, elegant, elongating vertical line. This small detail completely transforms the way the pants move and how your legs are perceived. They look longer, your posture becomes more upright, and the whole outfit immediately gains a more refined appearance, almost as if it had been tailored just for you. Cropped pants can also work, but they require attention. They need to stop exactly at the slimmest part of the ankle. Anything that hits mid-calf tends to shorten the silhouette and creates the worst interruption point possible for a style that already has natural volume. When the length is correct, you feel it right away. The body looks more elongated, the movement becomes more fluid, and the outfit gains that impeccable tailoring finish, even when the idea is casual. It's one of the simplest adjustments, and also one of the ones that most elevates the elegance of the whole look. Third, balance with the right kind of top. When we talk about wide leg pants, the balance between the top and bottom of the outfit is absolutely essential, since this type of pant already brings natural volume to the legs and hip area. The choice of top needs to visually counterbalance this movement so the outfit looks elegant, harmonious, and modern. One of the most common mistakes is pairing wide leg pants with a very loose, long, or bulky top with no shaping or definition. Although it may feel comfortable, this excess of fabric on the upper half creates a heavy visual block, and ends up completely hiding your silhouette, leaving the body shapeless and often even smaller than it really is. The ideal balance appears when you let the pants do their job, bringing fluidity and impact, while the top helps structure the overall look. More fitted tops, shirts with a slightly tailored cut, pieces in lighter fabrics, or styles that can be tucked into the pants are excellent options to bring back waist definition and highlight the proportion between torso and legs. Even a looser top can work perfectly when you use a simple trick, such as tucking in only the front part into the waistband, creating that half-tuck effect that reveals the waist without losing ease. This small gesture makes all the difference. It restores verticality to the outfit, lets the pants fall elegantly, and creates a cleaner line on top. In addition, by leaving at least part of the waistband visible, you reinforce the leg lengthening effect and ensure that the structure of the piece, especially the high waist, plays its role in elongating, slimming, and giving presence to your silhouette. Silk or chiffon shirts, for example, bring lightness and sophistication, while a fine knit top fitted to the body creates a more modern, minimalist look. On cooler days, lightweight cardigans or thin sweaters work very well. It's a combination that seems simple, but it completely transforms how wide leg pants look on the body, making them much more elegant, current, and flattering. And if you'd like ready-made inspiration to use in fall or winter, the Pocket Guide can be your ally with 250 complete outfits, already put together and perfect for you to create using pieces you already own. It's fully visual, easy to use, and already available at the link below. Fourth, use belts to define the waist. When it comes to wide leg pants, one of the most powerful and often underestimated the details is the use of a belt. It works as an anchor point between the fluidity of the pants and the delicacy of the top, bringing definition exactly where the body needs it to keep the silhouette balanced and elegant. Wide leg pants have movement, volume, and presence, but without some structure highlighting the waist, they can end up swallowing the body, especially for women with a softer midsection or who prefer not to wear very fitted tops. The belt subtly and very elegantly restores shape to the body. It highlights the slimmest part of the torso, creates proportion between waist, hips, and shoulders, and prevents the volume of the pants from becoming excessive. Even in simple looks, like a lightweight blouse paired with wide tailored pants, the belt adds immediacy. It's as if the outfit gains direction, intention, and a polished finish with a single accessory. The model you choose does make a difference. Medium-width belts tend to be the most elegant, as they provide structure without weighing down the look. Very wide belts can shorten the torso, while very thin ones disappear in the volume of the pants and fail to shape the silhouette. Texture and material also matter. Smooth leather, suede, or subtle finishes are excellent options, especially for those seeking a sophisticated, timeless aesthetic. The effect of the belt isn't limited to dressier outfits. It works just as well in casual looks, such as with a cotton shirt or a simple knit top, as long as it's used to highlight the waist and balance the movement of the pants. Even when the pants don't have belt loops, it's still possible to create this effect with more flexible belts, styles that can be tied in a knot, or structured enough to cinch the waist over the top. Another important point is the choice of color. Neutral tones close to the color of the pants create elegant continuity, while contrasting colors can further highlight the waist, depending on the outfit's intention. Both can work very well. What matters is ensuring the color palette maintains the harmony of the whole. Fifth, match the color of your shoes to your pants. Longer legs. The combination between wide leg pants and shoes is one of the most decisive details in defining the final result of the outfit, even though many women don't immediately notice its impact. Shoes are not just an accessory. They determine where the eye stops, influence the continuity of the leg line, and shape how the body is perceived. When you choose the right shoes, wide leg pants gain lightness, movement, and sophistication. One of the most effective tricks to visually elongate the legs, especially with wide leg pants, is to choose shoes in the same color, or as close as possible, as the pants. This alignment creates a powerful visual continuity, allowing the eye to travel along the entire length of the piece without interruptions. It's as if you were extending the leg line a few extra centimeters in a discreet and extremely elegant way. On the other hand, when the shoes are in a very contrasting color, they break this vertical line, creating an abrupt division that shortens the silhouette and can make the body look visually shorter. When the pants are longer and almost touch the floor, a small heel helps prevent the hem from dragging and adds just a few centimeters that make all the difference. It doesn't need to be a high heel, just a slight elevation to maintain a perfect drape. When the pants end at ankle height, minimalist shoes are always the best choice. because they keep the sense of continuity and prevent attention from going straight to the point where the leg is cut off. Colors also tell a story. With light pants, shoes in shades of beige, nude, ivory, or camel create instant harmony. With dark pants, deep brown, black, charcoal, or navy are fail-safe bets. When you coordinate these tones well, elegance appears effortlessly, and the wide leg pant becomes an even more flattering piece. Sixth, choose fluid fabrics, never stiff ones. The truth is that the material determines not only comfort, but also how the piece moves, how it shapes the body, and even how it wears throughout the day. A rigid, heavy, or thick fabric tends to create a structure that's too stiff, pushing the pants away from the body and adding volume where you don't want it. Fluid fabrics do exactly the opposite. They follow the movement of the body. They fall softly along the legs, create a continuous vertical line, and give the pants that sophisticated, modern, naturally elegant appearance. Materials like viscose, crepe, silk, lightweight wool, high-quality polyester, or blends that offer fluidity are excellent choices because they glide over the body instead of creating stiffness. It's this fluidity that makes the pants sway gracefully as you walk, creating that movement that conveys lightness, presence, and refinement. Seventh, favor neutral combinations. When we talk about wide leg pants, color has a much bigger impact than you might think. Since this type of piece naturally brings presence, movement, and volume, the palette you choose can either reinforce sophistication or, on the contrary, make the look feel heavy and less harmonious. That's why neutral colors are so powerful in this context. They immediately create a sense of balance, lightness, and refinement, allowing the pants to play their role without competing with excessive prints or very strong contrasts. Shades like beige, camel, ivory, off-white, soft gray, navy, and black work almost like an elegant frame for the silhouette. These colors create visual continuity, lengthen the body, and make the outfit cleaner. And that's essential when dealing with a wide piece. Neutrals have the ability to soften the volume of the pants, making the overall look more fluid and modern. On top of that, they are extremely versatile. They go with practically any top, work in different seasons, and easily adapt to casual or dressier settings. The effect of neutrals goes beyond elongating the silhouette. They communicate discretion and elegance, conveying a calm, refined aesthetic. Even when you want to add visual interest to the outfit, you can do so with texture variations. For example, a silk blouse with crepe pants or a soft cotton shirt with lightweight wool tailored trousers. The contrast of materials adds depth without compromising overall harmony. Eighth, use smart layers, long, open outerwear. When it comes to wide leg pants, the way you build layers in your outfit can completely define the final result. Layering has the power to elongate, balance, and add sophistication. That's why choosing the right coat or outer layer is just as important as choosing the right pants. The most elegant rule is simple: opt for long, open pieces with good drape. Long cardigans, lightweight trench coats, fluid coats that hit mid-thigh, or elongated blazers that create vertical lines following the movement of the pants and guiding the eye from top to bottom. This is essential to keep the silhouette visually elongated, especially when the bottom piece already has natural volume. These vertical lines work like a frame that slims, lengthens, and adds presence to the look effortlessly. The opposite is also true. Short jackets, very bulky coats, tops with very long hems, and boxy jackets tend to break up the visual flow, creating interruptions that reduce height and increase the apparent width of the body. This becomes even more evident after 50, when we want to convey elegance and comfort without sacrificing lightness in the look. The secret lies in choosing fabrics that echo the movement of the pants. Materials like lightweight knits, fine wool, viscose, linen blends, or fluid tailoring fabrics maintain the harmony of the outfit. When worn open, they create an elegant visual corridor that lengthens the silhouette and makes the body look more balanced. This kind of styling conveys modernity, confidence, and sophistication, without requiring any extra effort. Another important point is maintaining a cohesive color palette. Wearing layers and tones close to the pants or the top creates a soft monochromatic effect, which is always synonymous with elegance. But that doesn't mean you can't use contrast. Just keep it within the same color temperature or family of tones so as not to break the harmony of the look. A beige coat over a white base, or a gray duster over navy pants, for example, creates discreet and extremely refined contrast. Ninth, proportional accessories, no oversized bags. When the topic is wide leg pants, many women focus on the cut, the fabric, or the shoes, and end up forgetting the impact accessories have on the balance of the look. Among them all, the bag is, without a doubt, the element that most influences the proportions of an outfit. It can naturally harmonize everything or, on the contrary, add volume and completely distort the silhouette. The reason is simple. Wide leg pants already bring fullness and movement, so any accessory that's very large, slouchy, or unstructured tends to compete with that volume. Huge bags, shapeless shoulder totes, and very wide styles create visual weight. They make the whole outfit look bulkier and take away the harmony the pants are trying to build. That's why the most elegant alternative is to opt for medium-sized, structured bags. These styles have presence without exaggeration, add polish to the outfit, and help maintain a vertical silhouette. A structured design brings clarity. It offers clean lines that complement the fluidity of the pants, providing just the right contrast and making it clear that every element of the look was chosen with intention. These bags also have the advantage of sitting well against the body without spilling over, preserving the proportions of the lower half, which is already naturally wide. Color also helps guide the eye. Neutral tones like brown, caramel, off-white, black, or taupe keep things sophisticated and don't compete with the line of the pants. Vibrant colors can work, but they should appear in smaller bags, acting more as a point of light than as a dominant element. In monochromatic looks, the bag can follow the palette to create continuity or contrast slightly to add depth. When the right accessory comes into play, everything seems to fall into place. The pants flow more naturally, the waist gains emphasis, the body looks longer, and the entire outfit conveys calm, intention, and confidence. It's that kind of quiet elegance that doesn't draw attention through excess, but through impeccable proportion. In fashion, often the most discreet detail is precisely what makes a woman look better dressed. And with wide leg pants, this has never been truer. If you try just a few of the techniques we've covered here, you'll already notice how your look gains more presence, more fluidity, and more balance. And over time, you'll discover that wide leg pants are not just comfortable. They carry an aesthetic strength that conveys maturity, confidence, and that quiet sophistication that only someone who has lived a lot knows how to express. Elegance, in the end, is this: a set of conscious choices that reveal the best version of who you already are.